Thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers. For the first time with Devontae Freeman. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, Ryan. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 8 yards to go here on 2nd down. This is Stewart again. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A look at the numbers from last week for Olsen. 5 catches, 70 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ted McKinley. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean.
And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are him throwing the football. They forgot he can take off, too.
And you often being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Extra point forthcoming. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Cam able to take it himself in for the score. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On second down, here's Ryan. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. That one goes for 24 yards. He missed on his first three passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And he takes it across midfield to the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
On second down, Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Back to throw, Newton. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And now with the time of the play clock almost stopped, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout. He'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Newton gives off to Stewart. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And that is incomplete.
And it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now Newton. He'll buy some time right. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he is going to get the 1st down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a 1st.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He goes underneath to Freeman. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They go play action here on 1st down. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. Mohamed Sanu with nobody ahead of him. Touchdown, Falcons. Mohamed Sanu, 76 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And some room to maneuver. And look out, I think he's going to go. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. 95 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you can give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Here's Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This is taken at the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's going to get this inside the... Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tech McKinley in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Over the middle, complete. It's Bowman. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A reminder with halftime approaching, when we get there, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
And I hope he's iced down his throat because he's got a lot to get through because we've had no shortage of points scored in the first half.
It has been a fun track meet, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
Delayed game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. Ryan. And this is Gabriel on the catch. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Buddy looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Second and 10. Newton again. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, Newton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On second and 10, Newton. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Newton throwing again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
In motion comes the tight end left.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still second down.
To the air again, Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA halftime report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Falcons are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Panthers didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Pick it up early in the first. Under pressure here, and the ball is picked off. Johnson's the one who makes the pick to give a boost to his defense. Offense on the field now after the INT. Newton's going to take off here, and he caps off the 7-play drive with a score. Falcons, now they have it at the 45, giving them an early lead. Freeman's able to get clear of the defense, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. Now 1st and 10, the Falcons tied up at 7. Sanu's by himself here, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. Falcons go up by 1. Ryan's going to kick it away. The return will start from the 49. And nobody can stop him on this long touchdown, as that ties things at 14 all. 1st and 10, Gabriel's able to haul in the contested pass. And he'll take this all the way for a touchdown. They're now on top by 4. Panthers with the ball late in the half. Shepard's going to haul in the pass, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to their own 42-yard line. And with that, we'll head back to Atlanta, where Brandon and Charles are on the call.
All right, Larry, thank you. A fairly tight game here as we get set to resume play in this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. 98 yards. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead.
Again, helping partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Now the try here for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Mario Addison in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Sack. Quarterback gets hit.
Second down, Ryan. He sets to fire deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And now running right through it. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. So that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, you know, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they can hold him.
A gain of 6 there on first.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass. A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards. Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here's Newton. And this is caught at the 8. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Second down now after the pass completion. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage. I really liked what he did there.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned a ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Off play action, Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And here now come the Falcons. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Freeman again. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And some space here. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well. Go to something else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. A shotgun snap for Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Atlanta now coming out on the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Luke Kuechly in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Running right, this is Freeman. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still third and long. The Falcons on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Ryan to throw. And that is incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A little juke. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
McCaffrey, and heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. To throw is Newton. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
To throw on second down is Newton. Out.